Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlisify, and we just have a fun video for you guys today, and it's going to start off with a heartwarming story about why Team Skull aren't really bad guys. So right here, reasons why Team Skull are your friends. They interact with the community to the point where they know everyone in a city by face, and that is certainly true. So these are observations coming from the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo. You know, they're like, hey, we know who you are, you just moved in, right? That's kind of good, making sure we're getting a nice welcoming right here. Introduce themselves to you as soon as you left City Hall since they noticed you're new in town. Boom, right there. Asked for your Ash Greninja, probably just share it with people who don't have the demo. I mean, see, that's the thing. Not everyone is going to be able to go out and download the demo, so they just want your Ash Greninja to give it to the less fortunate. As you can see right here, you want to give us your Pokemon. Other things that are going on, they don't actually take your Pokemon immediately like the catching contest jerk. Yes, because when you go through the demo, you know, you go out and you catch wild Pokemon, and then the guy's like, I need my Pokeballs back, and we're gonna go and release those wild Pokemon that you worked so hard to catch. Actually, let's go back just a bit, because this is another really big part. Challenge you to a Pokemon battle instead of a rap battle, which they would clearly win easily. See, they want to give you a chance, which is pretty obvious. Like, those guys would wipe the floor with you in a rap battle no matter how hard you try. And then excessive posing is actually just them teaching you how to use Z moves. So right here, it was just a subtle message all along. They're showing us how to get those Z moves on. That's absolutely wonderful. Especially with that great music in the background. They introduce you to their big sister Plumeria, who complements your strength, and she really does. And then she lets you test your Z move on her Pokemon, then tells you that you're an amazing trainer. And she even gives you these super effective hits. So really guys, Team Skull are your friends, and they are some pretty awesome people. There has been a couple of other things going on, so let me go and adjust the screen right now. So from all of the Pokemon that we've seen, I did that video recently revealing like all of the Pokemon that we've seen in trailers, thus kind of completing the Alolan Pokedex. That the Alolan Pokedex, as opposed to the National Pokedex, is what is going to be used for VGC 2017. So that way, with a little bit of collaboration right here, we're able to find out what you can do to figure out like the nature and the typing, and then try to get the most speed out of a Pokemon, and that is it right here. So the reason why Lilligant, Leafeon, Golduck, and all these other Pokemon are faster than other known fast Pokemon is because we're already factoring boosts. A +2 boost is effectively ×2, which means Leafeon, under Sunny Day, because that Chlorophyll ability is going to give it the fastest speed out of all of the other Pokemon that are going to be in the Alola Dex that we've seen so far. Now, with the Pokemon Sun and Moon data mine and all of the leaks that have been involved right there, it does kind of add that layer to, well, we will be able to kind of fish through and figure out all the Pokemon, but up to this point, it's like at least a stepping stone. They can understand what's going on right now, and then start to shift around the speed tiers after that. Lilligant, another Chlorophyll Pokemon, so it's pretty much Swift Swim and Chlorophyll, and then all those other things. Drifblim, it does have the Unburdening ability, so if it is max speed on a neutral nature, which is what you're expecting. If you're already boosting your speed because of an ability, then you want to try to get the most damage out of it by going with a beneficial offensive nature, so Adamant Leafeon, Modest Lilligant, Modest Golduck. Drifblim kind of counts, but kind of not really, because you're not really going for heavy speed investment on Drifblim, but if you did, once its Unburden activates, you're getting double speed, and it does share things with Venusaur and Stoutland, with that Sand Rush ability and the Chlorophyll on Venusaur. Cloyster, that's factoring the ×2 from the Shell Smash, and then the list keeps on going on and on from there. Also factoring in other things like +1, so Scarf is going to be effectively +1, so 1.5 times speed. We also do have Haxorus, so Pokemon that are also going to be Dragon Dancing, Salamence, Charizard, Flygon, Miltank, Tentacruel. All of these represent something at a +1 by using their base speed stats, and then it just kind of goes eventually into normal Pokemon that we've seen. We've seen the Weavile, we've seen the Alakazam, Megas will also factor in as well, but the Weavile, 125 base speed, then we start getting into crazy speed stats and stuff. Caracosta, because of its Shell Smash, in a beneficial nature, so a positive nature, will be able to eventually move ahead, and then Snowball. Talonflame falls in. Doesn't really matter with Brave Bird, but that's effectively what we are looking at with this. So if you want to go and study this list and then get ready for VGC 2017, I will have a link below. Also, a few other things going on. Yo, 1 second, let me go pause the music right here. We have Mimikyu song, however, this is a different kind of Mimikyu song right here. Goldenrod City remix, because it sounds too good. So yeah, I'll leave the full in that description as well. Much shout out to Moxie2D. This is brilliant, beautiful, and I've already been like no-lifing the Mimikyu song. Now I've been no-lifing this song and the Mimikyu song. Like 90% this and then 10% Mimikyu song just to kind of balance it out. But this is unreal how good it is. Like Goldenrod, like all of Johto. Johto music, phenomenal. Mimikyu song has that same pace and the same beat, and it all comes together and makes a lot of sense right there. Some other things that are going on. This is from another anime little preview right here showing like Pikachu using Z move. Woohoo! That is pretty awesome right there. That is some power. That is some punch. Those are some shenanigans right there. I believe it's a Z move that he's using. If not, just holding back a lot of power and then unleashing it in Pikachu's own little God Fist. See, and people say that the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime is going to be lame. Like, that is so cool. And the animation quality on that one's really nice. Like, you can take that one frame by frame, and it looks good. Pikachu doesn't look silly. We don't see Ash, so you really can't say he looks silly. But, I mean, I like that. Another really fun thing I wanted to go and check out is I saw this 20 hilarious reactions to the Pokemon Sun and Moon ridiculous Pokedex demo leak. Now, I think that this is mostly just off of like a Alolan Persian and also a Alolan Dugtrio. There are some fun memes and stuff that I wanted to show that, you know, we just got 20 of them right here. And it starts off strong. Like, I saw the first couple, I'm like, yeah, I might want to react to these because they are pretty cool. So, the famous heavy breathing. Well, that's a Alolan Persian because it's so fat. And then the Garfield memes and stuff, that is pretty great. Get me some lasagna, I guess. You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Wake me out inside, save me. And then, yo, oh my goodness, make Pokemon great again with the, okay, so everyone's like, yo, we got the Donald Trump and that Yungoos and then the Gumshoes. And even Junichi Masuda, while he wasn't inspired by Donald Trump, the way that the election results have kind of followed in this, he realizes that the resemblance is pretty uncanny. And then, you know, Alolan Dugtrio is absolutely beautiful. Also, we have found Alolan Persian right there. There's some great drawings out there of Alolan Persian, and yeah, like that was one of the things. Like, it got so silly with Alolan Persian's design that the memes just busted out immediately. And Garfield, I think, is the best one. It is totally Garfield, and I don't think it's that silly because when you think about it, Meowth got so spoiled that it became a Dark type, and then it became an Alolan form because of it. So you just get a fat cat in the end. And I feel like the better question would have been if Alolan Ninetales was based off of Garfield instead of Yungoos and Gumshoes being based off Donald Trump. That's pretty good. And I don't think that this is ridiculous, but yo, I am so hype for the grass starter. Like, I'm still Team Popplio all the way, but the final evolution of the grass starter is like one of the most amazing concepts I have ever seen. It's a Vine Whip bowstring wing bow that it creates wing arrows and then it stores them in its wings. Like, it doesn't even need a quiver. It just goes and pulls out its wing. It's got arrows, and like I could imagine a lot of care going into this. And it is such a swag Pokemon. Oh my goodness. Some are the new Pokemon. Can't decide between Rowlet and Popplio. I like them both equally. We have the... That's a good one. It's spherical! Yeah, with the Alolan form of the Meowth. And then, yeah, the dream, the reality. There was a lot of people that were like, yo, Alolan Persian, and they came up with like all this stuff right here. No! When you put it side by side, Alolan Persian starts to look much worse by comparison. And then this, I'm sure Alolan Dugtrio was inspired by that surfer dude from SpongeBob. I mean, the blonde hair surfer beach bro. That's why I love Alolan Dugtrio so much. Wow. The memes. That's impressive. Oh my goodness. The creativity of the internet is way too good for me. They even brought Nickelback into this one. What would Alolan Dugtrio's typing be? Ground and L'Oreal. New type confirmed. We also have Fabulous on this Alolan Dugtrio. And then even more fabulousness. So there we go, guys. We have a lot of fun right there. Like, these were the two awesome things I saw. And then last little things to wrap up what is going on in the Pokemon community outside of the Pokemon Sun and Moon Dex leaks and all the news I've been covering nonstop. But instead of that, we also have some things going on the Pokemon official YouTube channel. So we're kind of in like a little Adventures with Ash and Charizard moment right now that you can go and watch like some episodes that feature, you know, Charmander, some fun with Charmander, and then evolving, and then more of the storyline right there. And this is actually some good old fun from the old days of the anime. And then the classic Blaine episode, Charizard being a jerk, and then deciding to step it up. You know, this is the time right there. So it's kind of showing the bond between Ash and Charizard, and they came out of nowhere. So I think it's just kind of something to mention. Also, have been keeping up on Pokemon Generations, still pretty amazing, but I will say episode 8, probably the weakest out of all of the Pokemon Generations episodes so far. Not really going to do too much of like a critique or a commentary and drag this video out to like 30 minutes, but everything else has been amazing. The Reawakening, God tier. The Legacy, God tier. Like the biggest strength of what is going on with Pokemon Generations is that using in-game dialogue. That this is from the Celebi event in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and then it kind of goes into the Pokemon League where you're dealing with your rival Silver, and then really amazing things happen because like that story told beautifully. Same with everything right here, and then I think it really works because Maxie is a cool bro, and we also get a good look at like how unhinged Courtney is in an absolutely fantastic way. So the story I think right here was told really well. We get some hardcore action and stuff, and then this one, it's kind of a weird split. We get like the most insane world-shattering action right here because like the plan goes through. Archie goes and unleashes havoc on the world in the form of Primal Kyogre, and it goes off. Unfortunately, Archie is just kind of a madman, and his dialogue in the game didn't really make sense, and he's kind of too crazy to really make it work. So I feel it feels a little forced, but then the action doesn't save it for me, but I think it might save it for other people because, yeah, this is what happens when you mess around with legendary Pokemon. It's kind of some of the most strength that we've seen out of any legendary Pokemon and stuff. I mean, here's how it ends, boys. Oh, yeah. That's the pure primal power right there. Also kind of showing what happened with, you know, Maxie, that Groudon turned on them. So that got pretty freaking intense. And I think that is a good way to end the video. So we're going to see where it goes. Like, I'm happy that it just kind of ends on that note, because like you know the rest of the story after that, or you know if it's just a vision compared to like what you do, because you end up saving the world from that not happening. So that's the story being told in a different way, and it works. I think that like 7 out of 8 for perfect Pokemon Generations episodes is good. Everything else that the Pokemon Company is doing pretty fantastic right now. So if you guys did enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.